Oh, yeah, we back in the building. 3kingsboxing.com is your host. 2K, what's good? Of course, I'm joined with my man, Bo. How you doing today, brother?
Man, the sun is shining. The birds is chirping. Man, let me stop all that shit. Yeah, man.
I was going to say, no, the fuck it's not. It's dark over there. Nigga lying like a motherfucker. We only been 30 seconds into the podcast.
Tired than the motherfucker, hot than the motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Man. This one needs to be a good one. I'm pissed off already. Trying to book my damn flight for Las Vegas May 4th to go to the Canelo Daniel Jacobs fight. And, these airlines is over there tripping, not letting a nigga log in, over there fucking up my shit. Dumb, stupid shit where I shouldn't have to go through it just to get a goddamn flight booked. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So this one's going to have to be a good one, dog, because I'm already about to punch something. You know what I'm saying? I'm already feeling like that.
All I can say is 2K Jr., don't piss in the bed tonight. Please go to the bed.
Hey, he need to hear that shit, bro. He needs to hear that shit. I should have put that on speaker.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. Y'all already know what it is. Fighters, trainers, managers, promoters, fans, the hoes. Anybody got a problem with what the fuck I got to say or what Bo got to say? Y'all can always come see us at one of the fights. Just understand it's just entertainment. We got people, we got listeners that we need to entertain. That's all we doing here. That don't mean we don't mean what we say. Just understand it's just entertainment. All right, let's jump right into it. And this was a last second change. Mm-hmm. My man Bo passing news around to the Three Kings boxing staff, and he ended up passing this one out. I had to make this the top story, bro. Vasyl Lomachenko is in these streets. Clowning the shit out Tank Davis. He said, who? Tank Davis? Nigga, I fight that motherfucker for free. Nigga, matter of fact, fuck the money. It's all about legacy. I fight the nigga to achieve a goal. Nigga don't mean shit to me. Not pop, 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 knock nigga out. You know what I'm saying? He really did that, Bo. He did exactly what I just did. Poom, pop, knock nigga out. He did that. I saw it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he did.
He did it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he didn't really do it, but he did it. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, Vasyl Lomachenko is out here. This is the second time that I've seen in recent news where Vasyl Lomachenko is clowning Tank. There was another video. I believe it was an interview. I can't remember who did the interview, so I can't credit you. My bad. But
it was Teddy Atlas and that other guy. I did the article on that.
Okay, and this is where he was talking about how they asked him, who the best fighters at something about who the best fighter is that he could face right now. And he named, I think they gave him Mikey Garcia, Tank Davis, and somebody else. And he said basically the only fighter that matters is Mikey Garcia. And they were like, you don't think Tank Davis matters? He's like, nah, he don't mean shit.
Right. No, he said he's not. He said these guys are not athletes. They're businessmen.
Yeah. Okay. So that was the first time he shitted on him.
Yes.
Now he's out here still saying the same thing, because essentially he's like, well, Tank ain't gonna get in the ring for free. You know what I'm saying? And that goes back to the whole he's a businessman, type of fighter. He's a fighter that only fights for money, which, it is prize fighting. But I still feel legacy should come before the money, because if you put the legacy before the money and put your all into what you do and you achieve the goals that you're supposed to achieve, well, then the money always comes on the back end. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's the format you should be following. But I do understand it's prize fighting. Some of these whack-ass fighters out here can't achieve the goals that they would like to achieve. So they say, fuck it, just give me my $100 and, I get knocked the fuck out and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I got to commend Vasyl Lomachenko for what he said here in terms of, I put legacy first. Now, of course, he's got to put his money where his mouth is. But anytime somebody's clowning Tank, man, You know, a motherfucker that's fighting niggas coming off losses from 126 pounds. You know, Jesus Cuellar. You know, Abner Mares after losing to Leo Santa Cruz. You know, he fought a motherfucker that came up from 122, had maybe a couple fights at 126 and moved him to 130. And Hugo Ruiz. And then before that, then he beat a guy by the name of Liam Walsh. Ew. You know what I'm saying? I don't respect this nigga not one bit, bro, because they are doing what we vilified Angel Garcia, who actually just came out and said what a lot of these fucking fighters are showing, and that is, well, why should I take a big challenge when I could get the same kind of bag fighting Rod Selkis? What do you think about this shit, man? What do you think about what Vasyl said about Tank?
You know, here's the thing, right? And I'm going to play two parts here. I'm going to play the part of the defenders, right? Then I'm going to play the part of the common sensors. Now, the defenders are going to say, well, why is Vasyl Lomachenko mess with Tank? Tank is at 130 pounds. Vasyl is 135. You know, Tank Davis, you know, he's still, he still got to try to unify at 130. He's not in a hurry. He's still got a long career. So for you guys saying that, let me remind you guys of something, okay? Once upon a time, Vasyl was at 130. And at 130, Vasyl was talking about Tank fucking Davis.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, at 130, Vasyl was talking about not just Tank, he was talking about Miguel Burchell. And the other champion, who was the guy that was WBA champion at that time? I forgot.
Alberto Machado.
Alberto Machado. He was talking about him too. The reason why Vasyl went to 135 because he couldn't get no smoke with them dudes. So he said, go 135. Now, in the aspect of, well, he's at a higher weight and all of that, that didn't matter when it came to Rigo, Mikey Garcia, and I've said this last time on the show, in the history of fucking boxing, cats have never had a problem if you're the best at one weight and I'm the best at another weight fighting you to see who's the best between the two divisions. That has been throughout the fucking history of goddamn boxing.
Right.
Okay? That is, I've seen guys, matter of fact, the body snatcher dropped his belt that he held one time to fight Colombe because he wanted to see if he was the motherfucking best. Okay? That shit has happened throughout the history of boxing, y'all.
Yep.
But the fact still remains is, and I say this all the time, when you guys say certain things, it gives me an insight of who you are. I'm a fucking competitor. You could be 200. You pop shit to me, oh, it's on.
Yep.
Okay, I'm a competitor, motherfucker. You pop shit.
Well, hold on there, pal. This motherfucker said, I'm a competitor. You could be 200. Well, first of all, both of us weigh over 200 pounds. So let's go ahead and up that a little bit. That's not much competition.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
300. But you know what I'm saying. 200.
Yeah.
I see what you said. You want me to be that 5'8", 232 pound. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's be real here.
Right. I got you. Yeah. You pop shit to me, dog. At the very least, I'm gonna say something. Like, I can't allow you to keep talking shit only for so long. And the problem is, but what Vasyl Lomachenko is saying is, he's absolutely, positively correct. Yep. And that's the problem. Is like you said, if Tank Davis was out here fighting unification fights, fighting other undefeated fighters, fighting cats coming off big wins of their careers. Okay, then guess what? I'd be like, well, hold on, Vasyl. Deal with your weight division and let Tank handle his business down here. But Tank's not doing that, though.
No, he's not.
And that's the problem is, okay, you're not doing that. And you can't tell me fighting a Lomachenko or beating a Lomachenko ain't going to increase your entire standing in fucking boxing. So as much as, those defenders want to say what you want to say, understand those of us with common sense is saying, well, it's not like you're talking about a Vasyl that came down to 135. This is a Vasyl that went up to 135. Meaning Vasyl started a weight division below Tank and went 2 weight divisions above them.
Yeah.
division below the motherfucker, went into his division, then went above his goddamn division and win titles. So it's not a possible. And Tank has a problem with making weight in the first goddamn plate. So this isn't a situation where you're talking about an extremely big guy picking on a super little dude either.
Man, everybody's on Tank's ass right now. No homo. Even though Tank will probably like that. Listen, bro. Man, shit. Let me tell you something, bro. What you said was golden. He let a little nigga move to his division, then move up past his division and get a title in that one. Not only did he do that, he let the little nigga that already had a loss let the media and the fans rate him higher than you in your own division.
Exactly.
I mean, that's just blatant disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, the nigga got his name in your mouth, B. And you ain't saying shit. This is equivalent to getting smacked in the face on the playground, man. And the nigga stand there and say, what the fuck you gonna do? And everybody looking at you. And then Floyd Mayweather jumps in front of you and says, I'll handle this. Yeah. That's what this is equivalent to, dog. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, I said it on a video a while ago. I said, it kills me how motherfuckers can just sit in the same division as Vasyl Lomachenko and allow this motherfucker to be talked about as being, quote, better than or as good as Muhammad Ali, and you don't want to get a piece of that. How do you not want to get a piece of that, man? Now, in Tank's defense, he may very well want a piece of that.
Yes.
But he's allowing Floyd Mayweather to overtake his career to the point where Floyd ain't even letting him fight the guys he wants to fight, dog. That is ridiculous. You see what I'm saying? As we said before, and we've got, entities within the sport that deal with matchmaking on wax, basically telling you, yes, if a fighter wants a particular fight, we have to give him that fight. He or she employs us. You see what I'm saying? They pay us our money. So we have to give him that fight. Well, Tank ain't doing that. Instead, Tank went to social media, started talking shit about Floyd, ended up getting shelved. And then he said, my bad, Floyd. I'm sorry, man. Please forgive me. Can I come back? Can I come back in the house, man? I've been outside in the rain for like 2 weeks, man. Can I please come in the house? Floyd said, all right, little bitch, nigga, you can come in, man. But understand, motherfucker, you're fighting Francisco Fonseca next, nigga. Okay, I'll fight whoever you want. We fighting Hugo Ruiz, nigga. We ain't fighting no Lomachenko. Nah, bro. No Miguel Burchelts. And then we definitely not fighting no Tevin Farmers, nigga, even though I think he beats Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? We definitely not beating that. We're not fighting that. Yeah, we know what we said. We said he needed to get a belt first. Yeah, the nigga done did that and defended the shit 3 times. We still not fighting. I don't give a fuck what I said, nigga. What did my man say on Menace Society, that nigga Chauncey? Yeah. When the white dude came to the hood, he said, you said 3 o'clock. I don't give a fuck what I said, nigga. That's exactly what Floyd did, bro. That's exactly what he did when they were talking about Tevin Farmer getting that belt, man, from Billy Dibb. You see what I'm saying? So it's just, to me, man, it as a competitor like you, as an alpha male dog like you, I don't understand how you just let a nigga fuck with you like that in your division. You allow the media, the fans, everyone, I mean, the respectable entities are just glossing over you and saying this guy is the best fighter. And this is when Vasyl was at 130. They're saying he's #1 pound for pound. Yep. It's ridiculous that they allow it. And I'll never forget, Bo, remember the interview. I don't remember what interview it was. My bad for not crediting y'all. It's what it is. A lot of shit that I see. A lot of shit that I take care of in one day. Right? Remember the interview? The dude told Tank, he said, yo, have you heard the news? Tank said, what's the news? They said, Guillermo Rigondeaux is moving up 2 weight classes to face Vasyl Lomachenko. The look on Tank's face, dog, was priceless. His response was priceless. Nigga said, huh? Word? That's exactly what he did. Face was like the nigga had just seen, you know, a fine ass bitch, butt ass naked. That was the look on his face. Oh, huh? Well, word? That's exactly what he sounded like. I'm not bullshitting. How do you respond like that if you really feel like you are that nigga in the division? Your response should have been like, oh, that nigga about to fight Vasyl, he fuck him up. That's easy work. That should have been your response, but that tells you how much he respects Vasyl Lomachenko as a fighter, as a competitor, as a challenge, my nigga. It's all about your actions, not your words. And his actions told me everything I needed to know about how he really feels about facing that big bad motherfucker called Vasyl Lomachenko. He knows the deal, bro. He don't want that smoke. And anybody can get mad. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
As far as people getting mad, understand something. When it comes to the sport of boxing, I no longer give a shit what you get mad about because there are facts, right? Then there's your feelings. Facts don't give a fuck about nobody's feelings. That's life. That's why I say, like, for me, a lot of my ability to analyze boxing is based off of real life shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I don't live in no fantasy fucking world where they're better than me. I don't think none of these motherfuckers are better than me. At 50, I can rate one of these motherfuckers. I give you the hardest 3 minutes of your life. Now the
hell yeah,
this shit get rough. But the bottom line remains still though is you cannot let a motherfucker think about Devin Haney. Remember what who is it? I think was it. I think it might have even been Shakur's team. Remember when Devin Haney told somebody, said, "Look here, little nigga, you know."
It was probably Shakur because they were going back and forth for a while.
Right, and he said, you know, stay in your lane down there in your division, dude.
Yeah, it was Shakur. It was Shakur because Haney's at 135, Shakur's at 126. It was him.
Okay, right. Right. He said, stay in your lane. And I'm saying that to point out that even Devin Haney wasn't going to allow Shakur to keep having his name in his mouth too long. That's the problem here is Tank should at the very least, like, as much as, you know, I clown Gary Russell because he kept talking about Lomachenko on coming, right? And he never went up. But at least Gary Russell was talking Lomachenko. This month, he don't even want to talk Lomachenko. And it's sad that he's allowing Floyd to do, like, I don't think it's Tank. I really don't think it's Tank. I do think it's Floyd, but it's sad he's allowing Floyd to do that, man.
Yo, my man is like, Lomachenko is straight up boogeyman, dog. What's that motherfucker? What's all them mans, dog? The scary movies we got out. Let's see, the Boogeyman. You got Slender Man. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's every scary man on the planet when it comes to Tank Davis. Get mad. I don't give a fuck. It's the truth, man. He don't want no smoke, and he shouldn't. Loses the fight. Shouldn't want no smoke. You know what I'm saying? Look, Floyd Mayweather even went so far as to lie about the age of Vasyl Lomachenko in an interview. The motherfucker said, yeah, you on Shan, we ain't got to rush. You on Shan, that motherfucker got rushed. You know what I'm saying?
No, time out, pause. If you're going to do Floyd, you got to do him right.
Oh, yeah.
Tank right now. We're not looking to rush things with Tank.
No.
Lomachenko, you know, he has a lot of experience. You know, he's been in the World Series of boxing, and you know he's much 10, 12 years older than Tank. So, you know,
bro, you're forgetting key words here. I got you, bro. That was great, but I got you.
Go ahead.
Like I said before.
Yeah.
Like, hold up, Floyd. You didn't say that before. You just started talking. But like I said before, at the end of the day, Tank is turning 40 years old. Actually, I just looked at his birth certificate. He's turning 62. I mean, not Tank. Vasyl Lomachenko. He's turning 62. Tank will be 19 years old tomorrow. We ain't got to rush. You know, Vasyl Lomachenko at 72 years old, he's got to fight. Like I said before, he's got to fight whoever he can fight. Like I said before, shut the fuck up, nigga. You gonna sit there and lie to everybody who got access to BoxRec, nigga. BoxRec is free. All you got to do is be like, wait, Floyd said Lomachenko was 40. Let me go to Box Records, see how old he is. And lo and behold, it says Vasyl Lomachenko is what? 31 years old. Tank is what? 24. Come on, man. Like, that's how bad it is. They're over there lying about the nigga's age, bro.
Hey, Floyd, Floyd didn't feel that way when he fought Canelo Alvarez.
Oh, nah. He didn't feel
well,
that.
I'm too old. Like I said before, Canelo and it just wouldn't be right for my legacy to fight a younger, inexperienced Canelo Alvarez. The kid, he has to grow. He didn't say that. He didn't say that, man.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And my man JMC said Loma needs to fight Teofimo. He in the same stable. Well, let me say this.
We're gonna get to.
Yeah, I'm gonna just touch it just a little bit. Okay. I'll give credence to your argument because Teofimo Lopez is ranked in the top 5 by all 4 major sanctioning bodies. I'll stop right there because that is a topic that we're going to discuss in the next few minutes here. But I'm just saying, bro, like it's gotten to the point where it's embarrassing for Tank Davis. Now, like you said earlier, and I'll move on to the next one. It would be a different story if Tank was actually fighting them niggas at 130. If he was fighting the Burt Schultz, if he was fighting the Tevin Farmers, right? Hell, if he was fighting the Andrew Cancios, you know what I'm saying? It would be a different story. I agree with you. But he's not even doing that. You see what I'm saying? So it's become embarrassing. And they're all in their own little bubble, right? They're all in their own little box. You know, Leonard Ellaby has been on record stating that Gervonta Davis is the most popular fighter in the sport. I don't know what the fuck universe that nigga's living in right now, bro. You know, Leonard Ellaby's a little sweet, my nigga. You know, I kind of question, you know, what things Leonard Ellaby does in his private time. But here's the thing, though. I'll never forget. Me and my wife laugh at this shit all the time. Remember when Floyd Mayweather went at Larry Merchant? I think it was. I can't remember what fight was that. Family when he went at Larry Merchant. What fight was that? What post fight was that?
I forget. I think it was the Miguel Cotto after the Miguel Cotto fight.
Okay.
I forget what fight it was, but I know what you're talking about because that's when he told me, "You don't know shit about," because he was about to ask him about Pacquiao.
Yeah. All right. Check. So he's like, "You don't never give me my credit. You know, you're just a hater. Blah blah blah." Larry Merchant said, "Excuse me. Here come Leonard Ellaby, sweet ass. You heard him." Ortiz. JMC said it was Ortiz. When they thought it was all, they all said it was a sucker punch. Which it was not. You know what I'm saying? But here come Ellaby. You heard him, sweet ass nigga. I'm just saying, bro. But his sweet ass is out in these streets saying that Gervonta is the most popular fighter in the sport. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. You can't even use strategic marketing techniques using that statement. Niggas ain't gonna believe it. It ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying?
My only thing about Leonard Ellaby is he let Adrian Broner call him a bitch ass nigga.
Did.
That'd have been the end for me right there.
Sorry, bro. I would have mushed that nigga. Like, right. It literally would have been like a mush to the ground. Like, nigga, are you serious? Right. I probably would have held the nigga by his head to the floor. Are you serious, nigga?
that was it for me right there. I was done. I was done right there.
Word up, man. Let's move on to the next. We're having too much damn fun, man. Bo, what you got for me, man?
All right, man. Before we go, what is up to everybody in the chat? Thank y'all for joining us, man. So we might as well go ahead on and do this right quick since somebody hinted there so we don't make you wait. Teofimo Lopez, he's putting a timetable on when he should get a Lomachenko fight. He says, if I don't get a Lomachenko fight by the end of the year, fuck it, I'll go to 140. Now, let me just say this. I understand the urgency of Teofimo Lopez, the competitive nature of him wanting to get in there with Lomachenko because he is the best fighter at 135 pounds, right? I understand that. I do understand it. But to say that if I don't get Lomachenko, I'm going to go to 140,
Yeah.
Yo, that's a bit of a stretch. You know why? Because whatever your issues of not getting a title fight at 135, it's gonna happen at 140 because you're gonna be started where at the bottom of the ranks. Because
Right.
you're not a former champion. Okay. You really have no high ranking position for one of the other organizations when you look at 140 pounds to rank you higher than anybody that they have right now, maybe even in the top 5.
Yeah.
But on top of that, there's other routes to Lomachenko. You're ranked number 4 by the IBF. Dude, you 1 fight away from Lomachenko, motherfucker. IBF don't play them game.
Yeah, bro. You're right about that.
You 1 fight away, motherfucker, in the IB motherfucking F. Okay? Shit. Hell, the same thing with the WBO. That's the World Bob Organization. You ain't too far away from that. Right? At the end of the day, I get what he's trying to say, but you still have some major accomplishments that you need to fight at 135. Now, you beat Jesse Magdaleno. No, not Jesse.
Diego
Magdaleno. And although that's good, but Diego Magdaleno ain't no person. After you beat him, I say, okay, title. No.
Man, I think my son might have beat Diego Magdaleno, but go ahead.
No. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the Robert Easter Jr.'s, the Rance Bartholomew's, the Shelby's. Hell, I'll even give you Yvonne Mende. You know, these are the dudes. Luke Campbell.
Somebody.
Javier Fortuna. These are the dudes that you beat.
Yep.
That everybody look at and say, yo, man, this dude's ready for a title. I mean, hell, you ain't even fought a title eliminator, nigga. You don't talking about going to 140.
He could have fought Jason Sosa. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, bro.
You haven't even fought a title eliminated yet. But I put it like this. I respect what he's saying, which is if I don't get Lomachenko by the end of this year, this is basically to his promoter, but I don't get this motherfucker by the end of the year, goddammit, I'm out. I'm going to 140. Yeah. So I respect what he's saying, okay? I'm just saying that in the reality standpoint, you gotta tone it down a little bit there, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, take that motherfucker out of turbo and put that motherfucker on eco. You know what I'm saying? Put that motherfucker on that ecosystem drive.
Hell yeah. Whoa, boy. Whoa. Pull the reins on that motherfucker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Slow down there, grasshopper. Listen here, bro. I agree with you 100% though. He is correct in how he is putting himself out there, saying that he's willing to fight the best. Tank ain't doing that. But anyway, he's willing to fight the best. You see what I'm saying? I'm just saying, right? One thing that, remember when we interviewed, this is a stupid question. I said, remember when we interviewed Max Kellerman. When we interviewed Max Kellerman, the portion that Max didn't put on his show was when he talked about Teofimo Lopez pretty much embracing the villain role already at the age of 21, right? Myself and Bo said, yo, that's the right thing to do. You see what I'm saying? Unfortunately, controversy sells in this sport.
Yes.
The more controversial you are, the more of a hit marketing commodity you are. You see what I'm saying? The more nice and loving you are, and you know, you like to kiss babies and pass out Hershey kisses and shit every Valentine's Day, people not gonna like you that much. They'll find something on you. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Andre Ward used to give roses to bitches every goddamn Valentine's Day, and he didn't want no pussy afterwards. He was just like, I'm just a nice guy. Here you go. The Magic Johnson of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Without all the orgies and shit that Magic Johnson had with Jerry Buss. But the point is, a guy like that still couldn't get the respect that he should have gotten as a dominant fighter since the amateurs. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we've seen fighters like Adrian Broner, right? Floyd Mayweather was hated for a very long time before he even embraced the villain role. They just didn't like his cockiness, but he wasn't a villain. You see what I'm saying? He didn't become a villain until Oscar De La Hoya. That's when he really became a villain, right? So we'll say post De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, right? You see how popular these fighters are getting. You know, the fact that Teofimo Lopez dances and does a backflip after he knocks everybody out. People don't like it, but they love it. You see what I'm saying?
I was mad he didn't do it at all. I was like, hey man.
No, he did the back. No, he did it, fam.
No, not the backflip. I meant the Fortnite dance.
Oh yeah, I don't play Fortnite, so I don't know what the fuck that is anyway. But I know the backflip. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. But the point is, when he's doing shit like that, yeah, you got detractors and shit, but the detractors like it, believe it or not. Why? Because they're going to follow this guy in order to see what happens next. That's what happens. You see what I'm saying? Whether they root for him or want him to get murked in his next fight, they're still going to follow. A follower, the disposition of a follower doesn't matter, right? Whether he likes you or loves you, he's still a follower at the end of the day. And that's what these guys are targeting. And you seem to get more followers than being, the hated motherfucker, the hill, so to speak, in boxing than the loving person. You know what I'm saying? So he's embracing the role perfectly. And he's going at the right guy, right? But my man Mike Wilson, 3 Kings boxing in the house. He basically hit the nail on the head. He said Teofimo's young and hungry, but he's not the A side. Hasn't done enough to make those kinds of demands. That's not the one I want to read. I'll read the one before. No offense, but who is Teofimo Lopez to be setting timetables, especially when it comes to the likes of Loma? Teofimo doesn't have that kind of catch/pull/clout. I added the last one. He don't. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't. At the end of the day, young grasshopper, Danielson, wait your turn, Nick. You gotta wait your turn, bro. I think, honestly, Luke Campbell is open to fighting Teofimo Lopez. He's already voiced it. I think Bob Arum should be looking for that fight next after he beats Edis Tatley on April 20th. That's what I think.
I agree.
Yeah. Put him in there with Luke Campbell. That's a tough fight, bro. And it's actually a step up above the step that we want him to go to. You see what I'm saying? Fighting a Javier Fortuna, that's a little below Luke Campbell, in my opinion, right? But I think that Luke Campbell, stylistically, is a good fight for Teofimo Lopez. And it will say a lot about Teofimo, depending on how he performs in that particular fight. Also, Luke Campbell is the WBC mandatory right now. I believe Teofimo Lopez is ranked number 5 or 4. And all 4 sanctioning bodies, Teofimo is ranked in the top 5. But I think in the WBC, he's either 5 or 4, right? So if he beats Luke Campbell, that makes him the mandatory for who? Mikey Garcia, who will be at a hearing later this week to see what he does with that WBC belt. There's a lot he could do at 135, excuse me. Don't look at 140 right now because that's Regis's turf. And like my man Eric R said, there's some killers at 134, at 140, dog. Some killers. Yeah.
There's a problem.
Yeah, man. I listen, man.
Liam Pyro, Mario Barrios, Josh Taylor, Connor Postal, Lipnitz, like Ramirez, Kellick, Baraki, Hooker, Regis.
Shit, boy. But he said this, though. He said it's getting harder and harder to make weight at 135. Yeah. That's the key statement. So at the end of the day, it might not even be a business decision, bro. It's a physical one. His body can't make the weight. Might have to move up.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. But my thing is, though, if you feel like that, now again, I get what you're saying. Then what you need to do is put yourself in a position to have some eliminators to get you that Lomachenko fight. Then, see what I'm saying? And if you feel that way, then you know what? Put yourself in a position to get. Because, like I said, you haven't even fought a title eliminator.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, he said he wants to fight 4 to 5 times this year. April 20th will be his second fight, right? His first was on February 2nd, I believe, whenever Kovalev beat Alida Alvarez, right?
Right.
So he's got.
I just thought about that. Has the nigga main event in the fight yet?
Who? You said a main event? No, he ain't main event. No, undercard. Nigga, undercard status.
Well, then, nigga, you can't call out a big dog if you ain't made it.
Man, it's not even about calling them out. You can't set no fucking timetable.
That's true.
That's the problem. You can call them out all you want. We want you to.
You can't set no timetable. You ain't set at the big boy's table yet.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't set no timetable, dog. Like, hey, he's 100% out of control. And if I'm Vasyl Lomachenko, I'm laughing right now. Hey, lead this little nigga. That's what I would have said if I'm Vasyl. Look at this nigga, bro. This nigga funny, man. Hey, bro. Hey, put that interview on the big screen, my nigga, and rewind that shit. I want to hear it again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing if I'm Loma. Fuck out of here, bro. But like I said, Bo, if he can't make 135, it is what it is, man. And like I said, he wants to fight 4 to 5 times. It'll be April. He's got 8 months left in this year to make 3 more fights, right? It's possible. If he's looking at a big fight, I don't think he'd fight 3 times. Hell, I don't even think he'd fight twice if he gets a crack at a big fight next. I think he fights 1 more time, right? But the fact that he's saying he wants to fight 3 more times this year within an 8-month span, it's leaving himself open to negotiations for that big fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's hopefully he can get someone like a Luke Campbell or another highly rated contender at 135. And hopefully he is able to think and be like, all right, I might be able to muster the weight. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to get down to 135 because there's a lot of opportunities for me here. Hopefully that overpowers, the mental overpowers the physical, and he's able to stay at 135 because there's some excellent fights there I would like to see him in, man. Real talk.
Right. Now, this is to go back to what man JC says, we can really touch on it. He said Loma needs to fight Teo. He's in the same state. Understand that's not exactly Lomachenko's call either.
Yeah. I mean,
being in the same stable with Top Rank means that you're a dog, he's a dog, so this is a mega fight.
He's got to understand this. Bob Arum's not going to put him in there with Lomachenko just yet. That's another thing that we haven't discussed yet, right? Bob Arum is just like any other promoter. What is that word? Starts with an M. What do they like to do to fights? Marinate, right? Also, Top Rank Promotions is the best promotional company at building fighters into champions.
Yes, they are.
Right. They have a major reputation in building fighters into champions. Right now, they're building Teofimo Lopez. Therefore, they're not going to put him in there with Vasyl Lomachenko and fuck up their investment. That's the business side that we're not even talking about. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I get what he's saying. Teo is ranked in the top 5 in all 4 sanctioning bodies, but at the end of the day, they're not going to make that fight. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. All right, man. Let's move on to the next one.
What you got for me?
Is Manny Pacquiao, is he following the money? Men negotiating with Keith Thurman, and it got to the point where we were like, yo, this fight might happen. We reported it earlier. It's a possibility it could happen for the summer, right? But then all of a sudden, we get news that Manny Pacquiao signed with RIZIN. Now, of course, we broke this news, or at least put this news out there before the president of RIZIN, which is an MMA organization, the same MMA organization Floyd Mayweather fought under when he knocked out Tenshin Nasukawa in that ridiculous, embarrassing excuse for even an exhibition, let alone a fight. You know what I'm saying? When that news came out, we said, fuck it, let's run it. We don't know if it's true. The RIZIN president came out on Twitter and said, yeah, we're going to have this guy, involved in RIZIN 15, which is their next event. That's April 21st. We're going to have this guy involved in some kind of way. He didn't even mention if he was going to be fighting, promoting, being a senator, at the event, any of that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't say. But we said, fuck it, let's run with it. Because to me, there's 2 things. Number one, it's easy money for Manny Pacquiao to make fighting for RIZIN. Do you see kind of bags RIZIN is giving out right now, dog?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. Floyd Mayweather made $9 million for 2 minutes of work. 2 minutes. If that long. It might even been a minute when he knocked him down. How many times? 3 times? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
million for a minute to 2 minutes of work. And they're paying these legends. They just want to see these guys fight, bro. That's why they're paying them like this. So the other legend that is still active is Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao is going to be able to garner the same kind of bag as Floyd Mayweather. They're paying niggas right now. If I'm Manny Pacquiao, I'm saying, yeah, I'll fight Keith Thurman sometime later this year. Right now, I got taxes I got to pay. You know what I'm saying? I still got tax problems, nigga. They talking about $9 million a bag to fight some flyweight? Yeah, bro. Shit, give me the money, bro. Where do I sign that? You know what I'm saying? Now, that's number one. It's about the money to me. But when I talk about following the money, it's a play on words. It actually has a dual meaning. Following the physical money, the greenbacks, the paper stacks, the guap, right?
Yeah.
And then it also means the money in Floyd Money Mayweather. Is he following Floyd Money Mayweather to RIZIN to possibly let RIZIN host a rematch? Understand how much money RIZIN would pay to have Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao to rematch. Understand how much money that would be, dog. And they don't have to go 12 rounds, bro. They can go a third of that. They can go a fourth of 12 rounds, bro. You see what I'm saying? And get a hell of a lot. If they're paying $9 million for a Tenshin Nasukawa fight, how much do you think they pay for a Manny Pacquiao rematch, dog? If they can afford it. And they're in with the Yakuza, the Japanese Yakuza. So yeah, them motherfuckers can't afford it.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't speak about them things.
Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, they in with them. So they can afford it. You know what I'm saying? Dog. Listen. If I'm Manny Pacquiao, I'm trying to get that fight made under RIZIN. Fuck trying to go through boxing, trying to go through the whole promoters, you know, even though he's with PBC now, you know what I'm saying? He could fight Mayweather on Showtime and all that. I don't think he makes more money fighting in a boxing ring than he does with RIZIN, given the money that they're shelling out. That's just my opinion doing, basically doing the associate property, A plus B equals C. You know what I'm saying? Possibly I could be wrong, might be wrong. But to me, it just makes sense. If based on Tenshin Nasukawa, $9 million, what the fuck do you think they would pay for Floyd Mayweather? What do you think about this, man?
Here's the reality of it all is this, man. We have to understand. In America, we're spoiled. And what I mean by spoiled is we have the big venues, we have the biggest stars, we have the biggest arenas for people to come watch you fight, the biggest promotions. You know what I'm saying? That American GDP is still something that motherfuckers turn their eyes to and look at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you get a situation where you have an entity or a country or nation that doesn't have this is the reason why every fighter says all the time why they love going to the UK or they love going overseas, because they are adored like none other. Okay. I know this isn't boxing related, but what's that basketball player's name that went over there and changed his career?
Stephon Marbury.
Stephon Marbury. This nigga doing so good, the NBA wanted him back. He said, no, fuck that.
He said, why the fuck would I go back to America and play in the NBA when I got a motherfucking statue over here?
Right. Not over here, goddamn shit. Why would I? And I'm saying that because you're absolutely right. They are about that attraction. Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather is an attraction, right? People will pay and come out to watch them because they know we don't get to see this except on our TV screen. So we're going to pay and come and watch them. We're going to pay to watch this motherfucker work out. We're going to pay to watch him step on a scale and weigh himself. We don't give a fuck if he fights my 2-year-old son. We just want to be able to say, I saw this legend fight, because they idolize us to such a higher degree, because it's a situation of not having their own type of stars of that magnitude over there. and not being able to see them on that regular basis, right? So you're 100% correct in Manny Pacquiao going to RIZIN for the money and for Floyd money Mayweather. Because either way it go, he's like, listen, if I get $6 million to fight a who the fuck, and then maybe even get a big bag of money to fight Floyd, well, that's time well spent. Because let's keep in mind, Manny Pacquiao, you know, he ain't no spring chicken.
Nope, 40 years old, man.
And I said this on the last podcast. He's technically being forced into a Keith Thurman fight, which if he beats Thurman, he's looking at being forced into a Sean Porter, forced into an Earl Spence, or maybe forced into a Crawford.
Exactly.
Okay, so he's looking at this like, well, hold on, wait, pump your brakes. How much y'all want to pay me? Who I got to fight? And y'all want me to do what? Shit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, man.
Yeah. You're absolutely correct with that, man.
And you telling me all I got to do is fight a flyweight, a kickboxing flyweight, by the way, that can't kick. All he can do is punch. Ah, yeah, nigga. Nigga, I'll fight him, Bo. I'll fight him.
Listen, you know what? To prove your point, and this is something a lot of cats don't talk about. When Floyd had that fight with that kickboxer, people posted that and was talking shit about it, right? Now, what I saw, what they were looking at is the stadium went fucking nuts when Floyd won that fight.
Yeah, they did.
The stadium went fucking nuts. The commentator was talking like Floyd had just won a title, dog.
That's all I heard. Go ahead.
That's all I heard.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
They were fucking nuts, dog, over that shit. So imagine how nuts they'll go over the most popular fighter. Your words, and you're right. The most popular fighter in both two goddamn countries, America and the Philippines. Imagine how crazy they'll go to see him. That's worth some money, man.
That's a lot of money, bro. Woo! I don't know, man. Listen, man. I don't know about Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao. I don't know what happens, man. I told somebody, she's an avid follower, 3kingsboxing.com. Shout out to Joanne. She asked me, she said, so, what would push that fight aside? Keith Thurman, Manny Pacquiao, I said, but you got to look at, I said, what can push that fight aside? You got to look at it like this. Manny Pacquiao right now, if he decides to fight at RIZIN 15, it's already been confirmed that he's going to participate, right?
Yes.
So if he decides to fight, think about the money. We don't know what the money is yet. Of course, we're just speculating because of what Floyd Mayweather got for a ridiculous amount or for a ridiculous fight, right? Think about the amount of money that Manny Pacquiao could make based off of that. Fight a ridiculous exhibition that Floyd Mayweather fought compared to the money he stands to make to face Keith Thurman in a fight where he could possibly lose. A fight where he could possibly take some major damage at 40 years old. You see what I'm saying? That's not a hard decision to make. Quite honest, dog, I won't be surprised if Manny Pacquiao was like, I'm signing a 5-fight deal with RIZIN after this fight, right? If he decides to fight. I'm signing a 5-fight deal with RIZIN. I've retired from boxing. I wouldn't even be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. You hit the nail on the head when you talked about his age. 40 years old. What is the path, the easiest path to the most money without taking so much damage at an advanced age? Bam. RIZIN.
That's it.
What you got for me next, Bo?
Man, look here. Tevin Farmer is in these streets.
In these streets.
Listen, Tevin Farmer is letting motherfucking Scott Quigg and JoJo Diaz, he let them know something because, again, what do I say when you're a competitor, nigga got your name in your mouth? You got to address it, which what Tevin Farmer clearly did here to both Scott Quigg and Joseph Diaz, right? He told Quigg, okay, wait your turn. I'm going to beat all y'all the fuck up. He told JoJo Diaz, look here, who are you? Look, motherfucker, go back and you need to go back and beat Gary Russell. Oh, fuck you need to do, right? Okay. And he made a very important comment to me when he said this. He said, all y'all forget when I was out calling motherfuckers out, y'all gave me the ass to kiss. You know, it don't feel too good to be on that side. Now, for everybody out there that's saying, well, JoJo Diaz, of course, you know, we have to think for the what's the name for them? I can't even call them casuals. Just, you know what? I'm just gonna say think for the nonsensical people that you know what I'm saying, that don't figure that 2 + 2 equals 4. You know,
AKA the dumbasses, the fucking idiots. I got you.
Right? So all y'all that say, well, JoJo Diaz was talking about fighting him on the Canelo Jacobs undercard. That would have only given Tevin a 5-week training camp. Now, actually 4 weeks. Some people say 6. 2 of the weeks is promoting the fucking fight. So 4 weeks, goddamn it. See, people forget about promoting the fight, meetings, special doctor visits, hooking up to, you know, arrangement for your gloves, presentation, when you're walking in, or, you know, organization you're dressing and all that, travel. See, niggas forget about that shit.
They don't forget, they don't care.
Okay, right.
You know what I'm saying?
About that shit. So you're talking a 4-week training camp. And I mean, and that's not even 4 solid week with all the other interruptions. So that wouldn't have given him enough time to properly prepare for Joseph Diaz. But I like something that Tevin Farmer said. Motherfucker, if we fight, it's going to be on my show.
Yo.
Right, I'm a champion. The fuck you think this is over here? We fight, it's going to be on my show. You don't call nothing over there. I don't need Carnelo. I don't need Jacob. I'm on DAZN with them motherfuckers, and I'm a featured fighter on DAZN. Okay? Right? So I agree with Tevin Farmer in what he's saying. And I also agree from this aspect too with Tevin Farmer, which is now I'm doing this the same way all y'all did me. It's a business now. You got to you better bring something to this fucking table when you're talking to me. Okay? You better come to this table. You better have something to talk to me about. Otherwise, hey man, you see that door? Don't let it hit you. Let it hit your ass so you know you're leaving. Okay? Because now it's not about wasting my time. Right? And remember, Tevin Farmer can tell. I don't have a problem with Tevin. I'm gonna tell you why I don't have a problem with Tevin Farmer telling both Scott Quigg and JoJo Diaz to kiss his ass. Because Tevin Farmer is trying to get that smoke with motherfucking Davis, with motherfucking Cancillo, with motherfucking Burchell, with motherfucking East. He's trying to get that smoke with the bigger dogs. He ain't worried about the puppies playing in the fucking yard. Don't give a fuck about. Listen, I'm a dog on my porch. You're a dog on your porch. If I'm a dog, you a dog. You meet me in the middle of the street, motherfucker. We talk. See. How many of y'all have ever seen that? How many of y'all have ever seen that dog on one side of the street, and them niggas? You see them meeting each other in the middle of the goddamn street. That's what they do. So he ain't worried about the puppies. See, so I don't have a problem with telling both Joseph Diaz or Scott Quigg where the fuck to get off, because he's out in these streets calling the bigger motherfucker with belts. That's why I don't do it, man. What's your take on this, dog?
Woo! Hold on, man. I gotta get a round of applause on that one, man. God damn, that shit was said better than Tevin. Look, man. Tevin Farmer's new nickname, Remove American Idol. That's not his nickname no more. His nickname will be Tevin Chael Farmer. Cause he out here sunning these niggas. Chael sunning them, boy. He said, yo, hold up, man. Hey, bitch, hold my drink. Let me type this shit up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Nigga, did you just tell me that I need to follow you on somebody undercard? Hold up, fam. Hold up.
You got me fucked up.
Yeah. Nigga, I am the IBF junior lightweight champion, nigga. You are the WBA regular 126-pound champion, motherfucker. He said, yo, you need to go fight Gary Russell Jr. again. That's what he told him.
Yep.
You got your ass whooped by Gary Russell. How about you go get that back? You know what I'm saying? You feeling yourself with the WBA regular title. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a WBA super title. You have the WBA regular.
Who got the regular title?
Fucking JoJo Diaz.
No,
JoJo Diaz.
That's
Yeah, you do. No, sir. He beat Jesus Rojas at 126. And in August of 2018, bro. That nigga got the WBA regular featherweight title.
Regular title.
Huh?
I thought Kanzu got the WBA regular title.
Kanzu ain't at 126.
Yeah, he is.
Man, look, unless that motherfucker dropped it, that motherfucker is Joseph Diaz's title, bro. Unless he dropped it. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Kanzu do got it. So the motherfucker ain't even got that. You're right. You're right. So what happened was, you're right. That's right. JoJo Diaz dropped the motherfucker, and Kanzu, and Jesus Rojas had it. Kanzu beat Jesus Rojas. You're right. My bad. My bad. So he ain't even got that. This nigga is sitting jeans on with no belt.
Yeah.
This nigga jeans falling off, B. He ain't got no belt. Get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me? Somebody sit this motherfucker down, please, man. You know what I'm saying? And then Scott Quigg, bro, you fighting Jason Velez. Jason Velez at one point was a highly touted prospect, and then he ended up being a nobody very quickly. You know what I'm saying? So this, at the end of the day, Scott Quigg, fuck the loss to Oscar Valdez. Scott Quigg is still trying to find his identity after losing to Carl Frampton. That loss was like fucking 4 years ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's still trying to find his identity from that loss. Oscar Valdez just made the shit worse. You know what I'm saying? And Scott Quigg thought he was Tom Hanks after losing to Carl Frampton. Now the nigga think he Denzel Washington. You know what I'm saying? He went from white to black after fucking Oscar Valdez. That's how much of an identity crisis this motherfucker's in right now. You ain't getting no goddamn Tevin Farmer fight. Sit your ass down, bro. You know what I'm saying? Boy, these dudes be killing me, man. Listen, man. All you got, it's kudo. It's kudo because we're always fine with calling dudes out, right? We got no problem. We got to clown cats that try to call cats out. I mean, it's just like sitting on the porch clowning a nigga, right? Same thing. You know what I'm saying? We got to clown him when shit happens. So, but we do, at the end of the day, we support the calling out. We support guys seeking the best challenges. Once again, Tank Davis ain't doing that. And that's one of y'all's favorite fighters out there. He ain't doing that shit at all. He ain't calling nobody out. He just sitting there. You know what I'm saying? Him and Adrian Broner sitting there. You know, one's behind the other. But anyway, my point is.
I heard that.
All I said was one was behind the other. It could have been in separate seats, sitting behind one another. That's all I'm saying, bro. Damn.
Word behind.
I'm just saying, bro. Some of the best fighters out there are not saying shit. So we got to give credit to the guys who are still looking for their identity, who have, taken setbacks that are like, yo, I want the best. And they're actually trying to call out the best. They don't mind taking another L. I commend those guys. But at the end of the day, in JoJo Diaz's situation, you can't call the shots at all. You're kind of like Teofimo Lopez trying to call the shots of Lomachenko. That's a little bit worse because of Lomachenko's status. Tevin Farmer is nowhere near a Lomachenko, but even in your situation, that's bad. You know what I'm saying? So if he would have had the WBA regular title at least, you know what I'm saying? He would have had something to bargain with. Wouldn't have gave him none. Probably like 25 cents extra on top of what he's worth. You know what I'm saying? At the negotiation table. But at least it would have been a plus 25 cents. You know what I'm saying? He ain't even getting that. You know? This nigga is base value at the negotiation table. Fuck out of it. Yo, this nigga got, JoJo Diaz got a rookie contract, bro, at the negotiation table. This motherfucker showed up with the rookie contract, bro. You know what I'm saying? With the team option after year 3. You know what I'm saying? He got the team option on his shit. You know what I mean? Where the team, you know, the promoters, they decide whether they want to keep the nigga. Ain't no player option where he decides. It's the team option. That's what he got.
Hey, Tevin Farmer could not have ended that statement no more better than, hey, first of all, when y'all say my name, put some respect on that shit, okay? That's what he should have told.
Yeah, man, he sunned the shit out that dude, man. That was embarrassing. I don't know if I think JoJo Diaz did come back because I remember Tank still going off. I mean, not Tank, Tevin still going off on Twitter. You know, Tevin will go off on a tangent even when niggas ain't even talking to him. But he had like 6 likes and shit, and he's still going off. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He sunned them with that statement. There was no need to even continue. You know what I'm saying? Him and Scott Quigg in one statement. That was that. He also got at Ryan Garcia too. Ryan Garcia said that he was asked, you know, if there was anybody at 130 he would like to fight. Ryan Garcia said Tevin Farmer, and Tevin Farmer was like, "Look, I like the kid, but he need to, you know, he might want to go in a different direction. I fuck nigga up."
Yeah, some unknown nutmugger that don't even know nothing about boxing.
He shall remain nameless. We, you know, yeah.
Trying to make it look like Tevin don't want to fight him. Tevin had to remind him, said, dude, I'm up here calling bigger fish. You want me to fuck with a goldfish?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm calling to fight a shark and you want me to fuck with a goldfish. Fuck out of here.
I'm looking for sharks, nigga. You want me to fight a guppy. You want me to fight the nigga. You want me to fight the fish that rolled around with the Little Mermaid, nigga.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? You want me to fight that motherfucker?
No, you want me to fight a smelt. You want me to smelt, man. They want me to fuck with a smelt.
You know what I'm saying? Yo. All right, man. Let's move on to the next one.
What you got?
Bro, we having way too much fun, man.
Hey, you know what's crazy is at the start of the show, 30 minutes before the show started, we be all pissed off, shit ain't working, internet in a foreign country down. Man, in the motherfucker. Like, man,
yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah, bro.
Transformation.
Exactly, bro. We be mad as fuck, and then all of a sudden, man. All right, man. Jaime Munguia is talking about moving to 160, bro. I know exactly what this shit means. It can only mean one thing to me. I mean, of course, you know, he might be going to try to, you know, solidify his legacy, becoming a 2-weight champion.
No, he not.
But
no, he ain't.
Yeah. They nigga shut that shit down, bro. Go ahead and wave your finger, bro. That's what you just did right now. I'm just saying he could, but I'm with you on what I think will happen. He's looking for that Canelo fight, right? I even think he might even take a Triple G bout because he's already been in the media talking about Triple G recently. Yep. You know, he's saying shit, y'all, you know, basically at the end of the day, 2K translated, y'all motherfuckers thought it was a joke. You know what I'm saying? When they said, you know, that Triple G was gonna fight me, even HBO thought the shit was a joke, but they ain't laughing now. That's what he's saying right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's exactly what he's looking at. I'm sure him and De La Hoya have talked. I believe De La Hoya understands that Jaime Munguia is limited. Exactly. He's very limited. He's a very limited fighter with a pretty decent fan base to where if he sells his ode to Canelo, they can make a lot of fucking money. You know what I'm saying? What were you saying? Say it again.
Goddamn right. Canelo sold his ode to Floyd.
Right. Exactly. Yep. They can make a lot of money. He's also a big 154 pounder, so filling into 160 is no problem. I believe he's already fought it within the 160 limit in his career any damn way, right? Yeah. We don't want him fighting Jermell Charlo, Tony Harrison. Those fights won't happen anyway. Munguia is exclusive to DAZN. That is another reason why I know for a fact he's looking at a Canelo or Triple G fight, but it has to be Canelo. That makes the most sense. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's a limited fighter. Oscar De La Hoya knows this. He's actually gotten a fan base he probably shouldn't have gotten, but a lot of people like the underdog, and they enjoy watching him beat Saddam Ali, Liam Smith, Brandon Cook. You know what I'm saying? And then the Chinese guy or the Japanese cat, I can't remember his name right now. Awasa, I think his name was Awasa. But they enjoyed seeing him defeat these guys and defend the WBO title, what, 3 times now? Yes. It was something that shouldn't have happened. So people are always going to roll with the underdog, and the fan base is going to increase. De La Hoya sees that and sees money. What do you think about it, Bo?
You know, there really ain't much to add to it. You hit it on the head. 154 pounds is dominated by PBC. Oscar don't want to go that route. Oscar, he like you said, well, it ain't just Oscar. It's the fact that, like you said, he's exclusively signed to his own, right?
Right.
So I believe they're either prepping him for Canelo, Gennady, or Demetrius Andrade. I wrote an article where they asked Andrade about Jaime Munguia talking about coming to 160, and Andrade looked at Eddie Hearn and said, "Make that fight. I'll beat him up. Make that fight."
Right.
I wrote the article.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, he said. So Eddie Hearn is looking at, okay, I got Canelo and Jacobs, right? Now, if I can't get GGG to fight Andrade, I got to fight somebody, because it's his opportunity to solidify himself, because Andrade is the only cat at 160 that hasn't solidified himself legitimately as far as fighting somebody that he beat and say, yo, he's legitimately a champion, because he missed out because of what happened to Billy Joe Saunders.
Yep.
So, and it's not me saying that he's not solidified. Yeah, I think he is. But I'm talking about as far as from a resume standpoint, you can look at it and say, well, technically, no, he isn't. Right? So I think, you know, you can either give him Jaime Munguia to Andrade. That's still a very attractive fight. Okay? Like you mentioned, you can make Jaime Munguia and David Lemieux. That's an attractive motherfucking fight.
Right.
Okay, you can make fucking Jaime Munguia Jack Colkay, Jaime Munguia Rob Brandt, which I think Rob Brandt supported the fight. Because Rob Brandt was going to fight Jeff Horn, but something happened with that, right?
Yeah, Jeff Horn pulled out. It was due to a venue change or something to that degree. Yeah,
I think his wife is about to have a baby or some shit like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember exactly.
So you're looking at him being able to, a lot of attractive fights. You can put Jaime Munguia in. He can look good, possibly win, and then you can throw him in, like you said, with a Canelo Alvarez or with a Daniel James or with a Demetrius Andrade. And that, when they fight him, well, Canelo Alvarez would be money because it'd be Mexican versus Mexican. I would even bet my bottom dollar they probably had that fight in Mexico, where it would sell tremendously. But even, let's say it's Daniel Jacobs, or even Demetrius Andrade or GGG, you can justify Jaime Munguia fight any of them, especially Gennady, because everybody thought he was going to fight Gennady in the first place. So you justify that fight with him and still be legitimate enough where people won't talk shit about it. So yeah, it's a very, very smart move that only makes a lot of sense, because like you said, at 154, there's nowhere for them to go at 154 with all their guys being on DAZN. You're not gonna have Jaime Munguia fight one of these guys at 154 and not put them on the contract. Like if my guy loses, I get 2 fights out of you. That's not gonna happen.
Right.
So
exactly.
Right. So you might as well move up and, you know, shit, let Julian Williams and Dennis Logan or Kell Brook or whoever fight for that motherfucker and, you know, be done with it.
Well, I really believe, to be honest with you, it's a good thing to be thinking about, because Dennis Hogan is a hell of a fight. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because Dennis Hogan is this great fighter from Australia. He's an Irish-born Australian. It's not because he's a great fighter by any stretch of the imagination. But Dennis Hogan is one of those guys that he elevates his game as he's being put in a situation where he needs to. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you know, Tom Brady and shit, you know, fourth quarter. That's Dennis Hogan, and he that might not have been a great analogy, because now niggas gonna be like, so the niggas like Floyd Mayweather, dog, when he fights in big fights? No, it's not what I mean. I'm just saying he elevates, and this could be a situation where Jaime Munguia might have a little trouble against this guy. He had a little bit of trouble in his last fight. He beat him. A lot of people thought the scorecards were a little bit too wide. I think his name is Awasa. Come on, Mike Wilson, you know the Japanese fighters, man. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, I think it was Awasa. Yeah.
Munguia is extremely technically fucking flawed.
Extremely. And Oscar De La Hoya knows this, man. He knows this. Yeah. He knows this. So that's what I'm saying. The Dennis Hogan fight is actually a pretty decent looking fight to me. You know what I'm saying? And if he ends up beating Dennis Hogan, then I think 160 is the right spot, because from that point now, people are going to be expecting, well, you trying to unify? They're already talking about it now.
Yeah.
You know, Jared Hurd is on his ass. Jermell Charlo had already talked about him, like you said earlier. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that people are going to be like, all right, man, time to unify. You know, he's going to be backed into a corner eventually. You move to 160, well, things start back over again. You know what I'm saying? And also, if he moves to 160, I understand he will avoid this fight.
Inoue, that's who he fought. Takashi Inoue.
Inoue, thank you, Takeshi Inoue. Yeah, yes. the cat that's not related to the Inoue brothers.
Right.
Yeah. But understand that if he moves to 160, you know he becomes the immediate mandatory for none other than Demetrius Andrade, right? Because he holds the WBO title. Now, I don't expect he goes that route. That would be suicide and fuck up the plans. You know what I'm saying? That fucks up the plans. So, you know, he will be given the opportunity to take that, but I don't think he takes it. He goes into 160 as a non-belt holder, fights a couple bum-ass niggas at 160 on his own, sets himself up for a Canelo fight. I believe that's what's going to happen, man. And it's a smart thing to do. Go ahead and sell that O, get that money, ride off into the sunset like Marcos Maidana, and come back at 362 pounds. Yo, what we got next, bro?
All right, man. So, let's jump on into it. Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer. What does this mean for boxing? Now, you're going to have two of probably boxing's top women, arguably in, you can argue, you know, prime, as far as not taking a lot of damage, still good enough to fight, undefeated. And this fight is going to crown an undisputed women's champion, the second undisputed woman champion we've had in boxing in a very long time. So what does this fight mean for boxing to have this be at the forefront of a show, meaning this is the main fucking event? Does it mean that boxing is evolving? Does it mean that we should probably pay more attention to women's boxing? Do it mean that maybe women's boxing should be maybe a little bit, as far as from a pay scale standpoint, somewhat close to the same par as some of the Josecito Lopez's and these dudes that get these kind of paychecks? I don't know.
I like how you went down. My man said, you know, do you think they should get the kind of paychecks like, you know, Manny Pacquiao's brother Bobby Pacquiao? Yeah. You know? I'm gonna speak, yeah, you know, like Marcellus Wilder. I'm gonna speak on that, bro. But go ahead.
So what does it mean? Listen, here's the reality is, and we talk about this all the time. If you watch women boxing, man, these women fight. Like these women fight. 3-0 will fight at 10-0, 15-0. These women fight. Now you do have some that, from a certain standpoint, ain't doing what we hope they be doing. But these women are looking to unify. The Chantel Camerons, the Christy, not Christy, Katie, damn Christy. Katie Taylor's, you know what I'm saying, Hannah Gabriel's and things of that nature. These women go up, down, whatever to make fights. So I like this fight. I think it's a very good fight because it's going to crown an undisputed women's champion. It's between two very good fighters, in my honest opinion, who aren't scared of each other and really want to prove that I'm better than you. You know, you ain't just going to take my fucking spot. And I also think it says something how boxing has come a long way from the Mia St. John's and the Lucille Rikers and the Christy Martins. I think it's come a long way from that aspect of giving it a little bit more attention, man. What's your take on this, man?
Well, I think it means a lot simply because this will only be the second undisputed champion in women's boxing history. The first, of course, holding all 4 belts is none other than the beautiful, sexy, good God, Cecilia Brækhus. But this will be number 2. And while the winner won't be as beautiful and sexy
Nowhere near.
brackets, nowhere near. I mean, it's not even the same.
I don't know that Claressa Shields, man.
No, stop it. I demand you stop that shit right the fuck now, bro. Hell to the nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Claressa Shields is down there with Ann Wolf when it comes to that shit, bro. Hell to the nah. You know what I'm saying? But no, nah, real talk. The accolade is the same. You see what I'm saying? So that's one reason why it's huge for women's for women's boxing and boxing in general. Also, it's showing that big fights can be made in less time in women's boxing than men's. We're talking about a major fight here happening, and Claressa Shields, I'm not looking at her box record. I think this is only like her 6th or 7th or 8th fight, somewhere in there, right? She's under 10 fights, fighting a gal that's 24 fights, 25 fights or something like that who's been dominant for a very long time. We're talking like, 8 years, you know what I'm saying? At middleweight, just sitting there dominant. Nobody could beat her, right? Hell no, Mike. Man, Mike like them strong-faced bitches, man. Mike like them strong-faced girls, man. He said Raquel Miller is A1, but that's just me. Yeah, she got that strong-ass face, man.
Oh, man, Raquel Miller, man. Oh, man, listen, dogs. You, man, she got them pretty. Raquel, I'm going to talk to you, babe. I'm going to talk to you.
Yeah, Raquel Miller, cool people. Like I said, just entertainment. But anyway, at the end of the day, like I said, they're showing that these fights don't need to marinate, right? They're making fights in women's boxing, kind of how the smaller weight classes fights are being made in men's boxing. You know what I'm saying? They don't do all the marination shit, all of that bullshit. They're like, look, man, they got 2 motherfuckers out of the best in the division. Let's get it on. And majority of that is credit to Claressa Shields. She's been chasing motherfuckers since she became a professional fighter. Shit, after she beat Desron, what's her name? Desron Cruz or something like that.
Her first fight.
Yeah, her first fight. The girl that beat Coronado in her last fight.
That's right. That's usually Cruz, Desron Cruz.
Frenchine Desron Cruz, yeah.
Yeah, that first fight.
When she beat her, she was already saying she wants the best. You know what I'm saying? She wants the best. So with that being said, they are showing that fights ain't got to marinate like that. Now, another thing is this fight is on Showtime, and it's the main event. You have a plethora of male fights that are fighting on the undercard of this fight that is the main event. That's huge for women's boxing. It's huge. And we should embrace that. We shouldn't be mad at it. We should embrace it. We should embrace all boxing. You know what I'm saying? This is an excellent fight, and it's for the Undisputed Championship. Now, one thing I will say, I want to speak on. Bo touched a nerve talking about equal pay or possibility of equal pay, right? You can't get equal pay unless you have equal revenue. You see what I'm saying? This goes for any women's sport. You can't have equal pay unless you have equal revenue, dog. Okay? If you're filling up stadiums like how men are filling up stadiums, then sure, you should get equal pay for that particular event. But for women's boxing as a whole, they lack even having people at the higher weight classes in terms of just speaking of Claressa Shields and Christina Hammer, right? Like, go look at the women's heavyweight division. I want everybody to do something for me. I already know. Go look at the women's heavyweight division on BoxRec. There's like 8 girls in there.
Nigga, fuck you.
You know what I'm saying? There's 8 girls in there.
Yeah.
If you look at, skip all the way down to super middleweight and middleweight, where Claressa Shields is at, there really are no other contenders there.
No.
Right?
And so they fought damn near everybody.
Yeah, Claressa done already fought everybody at super middleweight for sure. right? So she moved down to 160, said, fuck it, give me Christina Hammer. She's dominant. She's a, top 5 pound-for-pound fighter. Give me her, right? I damn near want Claressa to kill herself to go to 147 so she could get more of a more competition. In women's boxing, the lower weight divisions are where it's at. But the lower weight divisions are not the ones being pushed on Showtime right now. Not the ones being pushed on ESPN or any of those other major networks. Therefore, even if they put them on there, people still don't know who these women are. The only one that is doing very well, similar to Claressa Shields, not as well, I don't think. She might be doing as well, is Katie Taylor over in the zone, right? She's doing better than Amanda Serrano's doing, right? Amanda Serrano is a fucking 7 division champion, right? Now the resume is kind of iffy, but she's a 7 division champion, right? But she isn't even getting as much clout as Katie Taylor, who is really a new addition. If you really look at it, I mean, now she's got 3 belts. She's 1 fight away from facing Delphine Persoon. You know what I'm saying? But she's got more clout, more respect than Amanda Serrano in terms of fan base, popularity on a global scale, not just in Puerto Rico, and of course Katie Taylor, not just in Ireland, right? So that's what I'm saying, man. Like, you don't generate equal revenue, and until you do, that's the only time you will get equal pay. It's literally 1 + 1 = 2 in this situation. It's not even an argument or a debate. First of all, it's not even an argument that should be put out there, and nor should anybody debate it. It's very simple to shut that down. What do you think about that, man?
Well, Mike had a very good point. He said an example of a woman who deserves equal pay because she feels stayed in this Serena, as in Serena Williams. You don't have a Serena equivalent when it comes to women's boxing, and he's absolutely correct.
Well, Serena Williams been getting that shit.
Yeah,
her equal pay card was given to her years ago.
Yeah, he's right about that women's boxing. Now, although Claressa, I'm not gonna say it comes close, but fighting Claressa will give you your highest payday because of the fact that she is pushed by a major network and because Showtime is pushing her and making her main event fights. So you will get your highest payday because let's be honest, there's a lot of people that didn't know who the fuck Christina Hammer was till Claressa started fucking with her. Like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna fight you.
Let me interject real quick. Hold that thought. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I want to use what you just said to answer Michael's question or Michael's statement as to why I disagree with it. Layla Ali is not the closest to a Serena equivalent. We have the closest to a Serena equivalent. Layla Ali was not pushed by any of the major networks, while Claressa Shields was put on Showtime, I believe, her 2nd fight, right? Mm-hmm. So we already have the closest to a Serena Williams equivalent in Claressa Shields. Layla Ali was popular under her father's name, but if you really look at her fan base minus the Ali name, she wasn't that popular, dog. She really wasn't. Also, for people who follow women's boxing, they understand that Layla Ali jumped from light heavyweight to super middleweight whenever Ann Wolfe was chasing her. Ann Wolfe would be at super middleweight. I mean, at one time, Ann Wolfe was holding belts at super middleweight and at light heavyweight simultaneously. So she could catch Layla Ali somewhere. And Ann Wolfe would be like, yeah, I'm going to super middleweight. Layla Ali would like, shit, let me go up to light heavyweight. And Wolfe be like, all right, I'm going light heavyweight. Layla Ali be like, well, shit, let me go to super middleweight. You know what I'm saying? People caught on to that. She lost a lot of respect for that. Even in retirement to this day, she can't go anywhere, dog, without people saying, hey, but you didn't fight Ann Wolfe. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, dog.
Also, I want to point something out. Layla Ali, what she did benefited Layla Ali. It never benefited women's boxing.
Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. Excellent statement.
I want to point that out because what Layla Ali did only promoted Layla Ali. It never promoted, like it didn't promote women's boxing to the degree that Christy Martin was promoting women's boxing when she was down there. So
I think Christy Martin was more of a figure. In my opinion, if you take away the name is always going to push you. I mean, hell, Jacqueline Frazier was pushed. You know what I'm saying? Joe Frazier's daughter. She was terrible. and she was pushed because of the name. The name's always going to put you in a certain space. But if you take that away and look at organic fan base, Christy Martin was a bigger entity than Layla Ali, in my opinion.
Right. So that's why I don't think Layla Ali is the equivalency of Serena. Serena is at least pushing women's tennis. Layla Ali benefited Layla Ali, and nothing she did ever was in the push for women's boxing. Okay?
Right.
And that's not her fault. That's just how she was promoted. You know, that's how she was Layla Ali. So
right.
Yeah. So I agree with you though, man. You made very good points. And you know, you still have to understand. There's still a lot of people uncomfortable with watching women hit each other. There's still people uncomfortable with that. And it's such a, I mean, think about it. It is such a struggle that you got some women fighters talking about, man, fuck this, man, I'm going to MMA, like Heather Hardy did and like Amanda Serrano did, until some type of money lured their ass back.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, man, you can't argue what you're saying only because we're not there yet, but I do think it means we've come a long way. But it's still a long way to go, but I think the biggest hurdle that they have is not enough solid competitions within their own division. That's why you see a Hannah go from 154 to 160, but still be a champion at 154. See what I'm saying?
Oh, and look at who she fought last. I mean, it was literally a journey, what we would call a journeyman.
Yeah.
A damn near bum. And that was a title defense.
I like Jackie Nava, but shit, she fought the same girl 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. and that's in the lower divisions.
Yeah, I like Jackie Nava.
And Jackie Nava's a bantamweight?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
She fought the same motherfucker 3 times. You know? Right. So
right.
There's just not a lot of competition. So to your point, man, I agree with you. But this fight does mean a lot because at least we're getting to see, and like this to me, Claressa Shields and Christy Hammer is what I wish I would have got with Christina Martin and Lucille Riker.
Oh man, yeah, real talk.
You know,
real talk.
That's why I like this right here.
And there's a lot of fights that didn't get made that should have got made in women's boxing, and that even furthers my point. I mean, we already talked about Ann Wolf. Ann Wolf, Layla Ali would have been a fucking huge fight, bruh. Do you understand the promotion behind that? You know, they had an opportunity to make history in terms of getting the most, or at least the biggest attraction to their event. They had it, bruh. But Layla Ali ducked her, man. I'm sorry. She ducked her.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Layla Ali would have done so. That's why I'm saying Layla Ali did push Layla Ali. Because Ann Wolf and Layla Ali would have done great things for women's boxing.
Fuck yeah.
Same thing Christy Martin and Lucy Riker would have done. They'd have done great things for women's boxing. That's why I like this Claressa Shields, Christina Hammer. This isn't Layla Ali fighting Christy Martin when she was old and past it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's that. So,
and Christy Martin was smaller anyway. Smaller than the naturally much bigger Layla. I mean, that was a terrible matchup. Like, listen, man. Hey, if y'all feel like I don't like Layla Ali, you might be correct. I don't. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what she did in her career. I think it was a blown-up career. And she ducked and dodged to stay undefeated. You know what I'm saying? Then she said, well, I want to be a mom now. Hey, I can't fault her. She's a woman, right? But at the end of the
day, I listen. She was fine.
Hey, I don't even think she fine, nigga. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? She all right.
Wait a minute, time out.
Yeah, she got man, look at that goddamn jawline, nigga. The bitch got a big ass jawline, nigga. Oh, man. Nah, man. Look, bro. Look, bro.
Man, that big old round, them hips. Hey, shit.
Man, yeah, that motherfucker will eat your whole dick too, nigga. That motherfucker chump your whole goddamn dick, bro. That big ass jawline, nigga. I don't like. I've never liked Layla Ali physically. I was never. I thought she was a pretty woman, but I was never big on her looks. You know what I'm saying? But she's a pretty woman. But I really didn't. I really disliked her career and how she ran it. I mean, there was, like I said, the Ann Wolf fight that did a lot for me. After Ann Wolf did what she did to Vonda Ward, I wanted to see that fight, dog. I wanted to see that, and she robbed women's boxing of one of the biggest fights that could have been made at that time, man. And you know, women's boxing could have been elevated much higher than what it is today if she would have just fought Ann Wolf and stopped being scared and ducking, man. But it is what it is.
That's what it is, man. What you got for me, man?
All right, man. It's gonna be the last one. Just do a quick update, real quick. Gennady Triple G Golovkin is expected to return June 8th against either Hassan N'Jam, who in December defeated Martin Murray, the motherfucker that gets second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 different chances at a fucking title or some type of minor title. He stay getting chances, bro, and stay losing. You know what I mean? But he defeated him for the WBC silver title back in December. And then there's some nigga out of Crunk Gym named Steve Rose. Now, if you look at Steve Rose's resume, 19-0, 10 knockouts. If you really look at who he's fought, his biggest win is the guy that at one point was supposed to be somebody, but never really panned out to be a somebody. And that was his last fight against Keandre Leatherwood. Leatherwood ended up being a fucking nobody. Another nigga from my man Big Cool, Birmingham, Alabama. That's some Alabama niggas for you, dog. Shout out to Three Kings Boxing League journalist, Big Cool Jarrell Fletcher, man. Y'all holding it down in Birmingham. You know what I'm saying? With that 25-6 record. Real talk, though. That's what they're talking about putting him up against, Steve Rose. Now, my thing is this. I told y'all before, Gennady Golovkin's first fight is not going to be a fight at which it's much of a challenge. It's going to be a Canelo, Rocky Fielding type of fight. When you look at Hassan N'Jam, he's a Rocky Fielding type of fighter now. He's 35 years old. At one point, and Jickham was seen as possibly a problem in the division after he beat Curtis Stevens. I think it was like 6 years ago or something like that. You know what I'm saying? People thought he was going to be somewhat of a problem. But then, I'm sorry, not after he beat Curtis Stevens, my bad. When he fought Peter Quillen. And he was actually beating Peter Quillen, but he got knocked down, I think, like 5 or 6 times in that fight. Yeah. And he ended up losing a close decision. I think it was unanimous, but it was close. And if you looked at it, if he wouldn't have gotten knocked down, if he would have stayed on his feet, he probably could have etched out that fight and won the fucking fight. Gave Peter Quillen his first loss. So a lot of people saw that. They saw he had a chinny ass chin, but they're like, well, you know, he might be a guy that's a problem. But then he fucked around and lost to David Lemieux. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when they were like, all right, he's not that big of a dude. He's not going to be that big of a deal. Now, he's 35 years old. Whatever you thought of him back then, it's no longer going to be the case. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that was he's been knocked down like 13 or 14 times in his career. You know what I'm saying? He's got a chinny chin. You know what I'm saying? Somewhat like Amir Khan, fam. Go back and look at the Peter Quillen fight. It's almost like Amir Khan type of chin. You know what I'm saying? But he has fast hands. He could have fast feet. Sometimes he would display pretty good footwork. Other fights, like the one against Ryota Murata, the 2 fights he had against him anyway, he didn't display the kind of footwork he used to have. You know what I'm saying? But he still had the fast hands, those punches and bunches. But since he's being more stagnant in recent times, Gennady Golovkin should run right through him. Steve Rose, that's pretty much all I need to say. It's going to be Steve Rose and most likely get knocked the fuck out. What do you think about this, Bo? What do you think about this comeback? Should this be easy work for Gennady Golovkin, or is he going to have some type of challenge against one of these two guys?
I'm trying to figure out why this is top. All right. No, it's not going to be. There's not much to expect there except a showcase fight for Golovkin to make him look good, and then to see what is the interest of a Canelo Golovkin 3 fight for September. Okay, the zone to figure out. Listen, they've been passing out. Listen, the zone been passing out money. Okay, like the motherfucking WBA been passing out belts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right. Like the zone been passing out money, like the IBO be passing out their belt. You know what I'm saying? They been pimping their belt. Like here, put this on you. Here, man, just put this on you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the IBO be hanging out in fights, and when the motherfucker win, they run up here, man, put that on you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, the zone can't pass. like that. And the reality is, okay, now it's time to recoup that interest. All right, now it's time. You know what I'm saying? Now it's time to make good on our investments. Right? So they're gonna put Gennady Golovkin in a showcase fight that he's gonna look exceptionally fucking good. They're gonna claim Gennady Golovkin is back. Big Drama Show is back. GGG is ready to make one last run for a fighter that might be on his way out. That's why because remind you now, I don't care what nobody tells you. When you offer a dude not the money, but the other perks that DAZN gave Gennady, Gennady got one foot out the fucking door.
Right.
Right? Let me say it again. When you 36 years old and your last fight was your last two fights was his last two fights with Canelo and Jacobs was tough as fuck. And then DAZN gives you the type of contract with the perks they gave you. Oh, dog, you got one foot out the door.
Right. You went out, Bo. You went out. Damn, man. So Bo was doing good the whole goddamn show, and then his internet fucked up. You there, bro? You there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
You going in and out. Then he dropped off. He's doing good the whole damn show, man. Right at the end, this motherfucker weak ass internet box couldn't hold up, man. But Bo is correct in what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Now, like I said before, in my Floyd Mayweather tongue, this is pretty much just going to be a situation where they showcase Gennady Golovkin on DAZN. That's all it is. I wouldn't be surprised if he faces Steve Rose, but I think he's suited better to take on a Hassan and John Manjicum. Yeah, you back, man. You want to finish your point?
Man, dog. You know, at my age, man, when that shit happens, you fuck your point all up.
Hell yeah.
You forget. Oh, you forget. But my point is though, Gennady Golovkin has one foot out the door, and I think DAZN knows that. So they're gonna fight to make him look good, so they can start recouping some of their money back. And I'm telling you, hence the reason why Jaime Munguia is talking about some 160. They need to start making fights that's gonna recoup some of this money. It was a horrible thing when they had a fight with two champions making title defenses, and nobody knew what the fuck was going on. Nobody knew. I think it was Sean Porter and Ugis. Nobody even knew that DAZN had a fight going on that day. I was posting the articles. Cats like, they fought today? Yeah, they fought today.
Yeah, that's true.
So and then that's been happening a lot with DAZN. Like you got Wilder bump Usyk. No, motherfucker, you ain't fighting on this day. Get the fuck out of here. You ain't fighting on this day. You know, and which pisses me off because now the nigga ain't fighting in Chicago. You know?
I know, man. I was ready to make that trip May 18th. They moved the date and the venue.
Yeah, Chicago. But that is the lack of power that DAZN does not have as far as their foothold on this side of the pond. So yeah, they got to start recouping some of that money back, and Gennady Golovkin is the start.
I agree 100%. All right, man, let's move on to the comments real quick. My man Neutral Natural said Tevin Farmer getting girls who turn him down in high school now. Hell yeah, he fucking the bad ones. You know, remember, you know, Tevin Farmer, you know, he goes back down on memory lane. You know, back when he was a little nigga, no money. You know, my man had the dirty shorts. My man had the goddamn pea stain drawers. Hold up, bro. My man had the spaghetti stains on the shirt. You know what I'm saying? And he rolled up to the girl, and the only thing she could say to him was, she can't tell if he's looking at her. Wait a minute, Tevin, are you talking to me? But it looks like you're looking behind me, but there's nobody back there. Tevin? Oh, fuck it. No, you can't get any pussy. Now the bitch don't care the nigga cockeyed than a motherfucker. That's the champ. No. You know what I'm saying? No. Neutral Natural also said, but Farmer is more of a champ than Tank Davis. 100%, absolutely straight up and down positivity. You are correct. You know what I'm saying? Tank Davis is not a champ. Go ahead.
I want to make a quick point. The funny thing about boxing is, right, is we crucify the guys that are doing the shit we want them to do, but we praise the guys that ain't doing the shit that we believe they should be doing. I remember when Tevin said he would fight Mikey Garcia, and everybody told him, "You crazy, Mike will beat you." And Tevin's response, which I agree, was, "So let me get this straight. I'm fucked up for wanting to fight a dude coming off his biggest fight." And he was absolutely right.
Yep. Exactly.
So, yeah, that's funny how the sport is.
I was telling Cass, Tank Davis ain't the real WBA super champion. He was gifted that fucking title, which is a title you don't even get gifted. He was given something that is seen as an anomaly, right? You have to fight for the super title. Typically, you got a regular champion who's upgraded to super status, or you've got the regular champion and the mandatory, where they see that bout as a big fight. They'll make that bout for the super title. You never see a motherfucker just gifted the super title. And I say he was gifted it because he got it by bringing up a nigga from 126 and Jesus Cuellar. He was gifted that super champion status, bro. Alberto Machado, even though he lost to Andrew Cancio, he should have been the super champion. Cancio should be the super champion right the fuck now. You know what I'm saying? He actually beat somebody who is a fucking live dog, or at least has a pulse at 130 pounds. Tank did. So get the fuck out of here. Nah, he definitely ain't no champ, bro. I agree with you 100% neutral natural. Mike Wilson said,
the nigga lost the belt on the scale. He loses his IBF belt on the scale and never re-pursued the same belt he lost.
Right.
That to me is unfucking acceptable.
Yeah, he never pursued the same belt he lost. And on top of that, the guy that he told, hey, if you want to fight me, you got to get a belt, ended up taking the belt that he lost. Yeah. Let's move on to the next one. Mike Wilson said, keep telling folks Tevin has that old school mindset. Not only that, he's also new school, and he shows his value, not playing with these fools. He's doing it how it's supposed to be done in 2019. I agree 100%. The only thing I need Tevin Farmer to do, though, is stop fighting James Tennyson's. You know what I'm saying? Jono Carroll's. Real talk, he should have fought the cat that drew with Jono Carroll. What's his name, Bo? The Frenchman. Can't think of his name right now. That dude.
Briones or something. Briones.
Yeah, Fran. Yeah. His last name started with an F. That dude beat Jono Carroll. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I had him beating Jono Carroll by 2 points. So the only reason why they made the Carroll fight is because of the Twitter beef. They thought that basically that Twitter beef been going on for like 8 months. You know, Tevin Farmer came out a video after that fight was a draw and said, I'm still going to fight the motherfucker anyway. They figured, hey, we got this Twitter beef. We got this history behind him. It'll sell tickets. Maybe it did. Maybe it didn't. Point is, he should have fought for Noyce. You know what I'm saying? That was the better matchup. All right. Let's move on to the next one, man. What we got? Eric R. talking about AB and Tank. They hugged in a snuggle, AB and Tank. Hell yeah, they still snuggling right now, bro, as we doing this podcast. Joe 5'6". Hold on, man. Okay. Hold on, man. Joe 5'6", 984. Tank is serious. Dude doesn't live that life. He blows up between fights. Yeah, that's pretty much what Bo just talked about. He lost his belt on the scales. You know what I'm saying? Because he couldn't make weight. Now, my thing is, if you can't make weight at 130, you're having all this trouble making weight, why not just go to 135? You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are some killers at 135, and once again, you'll be in the same division as that boogeyman that you keep not wanting to talk about. You know what I'm saying? Who do you want me to go to, Bo?
My man, Shide, he said, when you was talking about Layla Ali Jawline, he said,
oh, man, I'm not there yet, man. I'm not there. Nah. I'm going down the damn list. Wait your damn turn, nigga. Damn. This nigga Bo be moving up, man. Wait your motherfucking turn, nigga.
Hey, man, when I see shot, that's home, goddammit.
Hell yeah. Actually, you might be right. Hold up. Mike Wilson got a question. Here's my question for Bo and 2K. Is Munguia tempting fate fighting one more time at 154 pounds when it's known he struggles to make that weight? That's a good question. Bo, what do you think about that, man?
I think he is tempting fate, but it's a fight. I think that they want him to fight one last time at that division before they figure out what to do at 160. They're waiting for all the pieces to fall together at 160 to figure out what to do next. So that's why they're making him take this fight. But I agree with you. He is tempting fate with this.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It is something that he needs to keep in mind. But then again, I mean, at the end of the day, this is his last fight. I think he can muster up one more fight, trying to make that weight. If he makes it, he makes it. If he doesn't, he doesn't. At the end of the day, he's going to have to drop the WBO title when he goes to 160. So what difference does it really make, right? GM Strong, maybe Christina Hammer might fix that grill of Claressa Shields. And then Jessica Cardenas followed up with that. She said Shields' grill looks like a slaughterhouse, but she can fight. Yo, hey, Claressa Shields is cool people, but baby girl got an overbite and an underbite. How the fuck did that happen? How you get both?
Y'all, listen, man. I'm telling y'all, man. That dumb chocolate motherfucker. You get it from me.
Man. I'm about to mute your nasty ass, bro. Hey, go to Facebook. Look at my profile. Look at my profile. Somebody fucking posted. Somebody fucking posted a meme on Twitter with Claressa Shields where she was doing the nude advertisements or whatever. I mean, you couldn't see her titties. You see her ass, but you couldn't see her titties. But she had no clothes on. Her arms were covering her breasts, and she was in a stance like she gonna punch the punching bag. Somebody said, "Yo, Charles Martin made weight. Respect my G." That shit, nigga, I was dead, bro. And if you really look at her in that picture, she do kind of look like Charles Martin. That shit was ill, nigga. Motherfuckers are savages on Twitter, bro. Motherfuckers are savages.
They did my future ex like that,
man. Yeah. Hell yeah. Mike Wilson said, better fight Shields Hammer or a fight between Katie Taylor and Delphine Persoon. Damn. I'm going to go with Shields Hammer. I like Delphine Persoon. She's a good boxer. I think she's, 40-0 with one loss. She lost early in her career. But I think the way Katie Taylor fights, Delphine Persoon has a problem with fighting on the inside, in my opinion. And she does have defensive deficiencies. You know what I'm saying? And I think Katie Taylor will be able to exploit that rather easily than Shields is able to exploit Christina Hammer's deficiencies. So, yeah, I think Shields Hammer is a better fight. What do you think about that, Bo?
Actually, I'm gonna go with Delphine Persoon and Katie Taylor.
Okay.
I think. What'd you say?
No, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I just think although Shields and Christina Hammer is a very good fight because you're talking about two people that don't like each other, but I think from a technical standpoint, you're going to see more of a chess match between Delphine Persoon and Katie Taylor than you probably will between Shields and Hammer. I think Shields really wants to get at Christina Hammer. Is going to jump on her. You're not going to see it like you're going to see Christina Hammer come out and try to. Claressa Shields come out and try to jump on Hammer. I think Delphine Persoon and Katie Taylor is going to be more of a technical fight.
Okay. I think I can agree with that because I think Claressa Shields, as she said in the interview that we had with her, she knows that she needs to box and fights, but her heart says fight. And she even said John David Jackson got on her ass about not using her jab and, going in there trying to out-muscle the girls and trying to, basically slug and shit. And she gets hit. That's how she got caught against Hannah Gabriels and put to the ground. You know what I'm saying? So you're absolutely right. I think that'll be the fault of Claressa Shields for why that fight's not as technical as it probably could be. But it depends on the fan. Do you like more action or do you like more technical? I think the more action is going to be Claressa Shields Hammer. Technical is going to be Taylor Persoon, as Bo just mentioned. That's a good point, man. All right, we moving down the list. What the fuck else we got, man? Y'all ain't talking about nothing in here, man. Y'all ain't hearing bullshit, man. These whack ass comments, man. What is this, man? What is this? Okay, no, that's a good one. That's a good one. My man GM Strong said Christina Hammer should have lost to Mathis with that BS decision. Hammer was holding the whole time. I agree. That's kind of like Vladimir Klitschko versus Alexander Povetkin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Klitschko would land a jab or a straight right hand and tie up immediately. Yeah. Same kind of.
The only fight he didn't hold there. Only fight he didn't hold there was Tyson Fury, and he lost that motherfucker.
Yeah, I mean, he was even holding against Kubrat Pulev, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he ended up fucking him up with that check left hook that just put that nigga straight to sleep. But at the end, and that was like the 5th round too, I believe. But at the end of the day, he was doing a lot of holding there. But the Povetkin fight was literally what GM Strong is talking about with Hammer Mathis. You know, she landed jab, hold. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to the point, just like with Povetkin Klitschko, where Klitschko should have been taking away a point. Hammer probably should have been taking away a point, maybe a couple in that fight. I somewhat agree, but I agree, disagree, kind of. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, nobody called anything. Hammer won that fight. Go ahead.
I'll put it like this: if they would have, because I'm probably saying something, and it's coming to you so late, it look like I'm talking over you.
Oh, well, what were you saying?
Okay, I'm saying I put it like this: if they would have called and took at least 1 point or 2 points for holding, it would have changed the dynamics of the fight, like Klitschko versus Brian Jennings. When Klitschko was taking a point away from holding, they changed that fight. Brian Jennings actually started landing on this motherfucker because he knew he couldn't hold no more. So I think that from that aspect, that's why a point should have been taken away, because it would have changed the dynamic of the fight.
Very good point. All right, Bo, I'm at your comment, man. Say the comment, bro.
That motherfucker said that Layla Ali got that quagmire.
Yeah, she got that quagmire, bro. Hell yeah. Man, look, Layla Ali, her goddamn jaw so goddamn big, bro. I feel bad for her husband, man. I know she be scraping that nigga dick, bro. I know for a fact he be getting his dick scraped, bro. Just that nigga he be getting head. He be like, shit, baby, damn, slow down. He be doing that all night long. Let me you know I'm right, bro. Don't be getting mad. Oh shit. Hold on, let me move on to let me move on to the next one. What we got? My man GM Strong said N'Jam going to upset Golovkin like he did with Murata. Yeah, we'll see. N'Jam fuck around, get knocked down 11 times in that fight, bro.
You got to understand.
You going out, Bo. Your whack ass internet fucking with you again, bro. Yeah, he dropped off again. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up though, man. Jim Strong said, "You're right. The zone has bank. You'd be a fool not to scoop that up." Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it depends on your situation. Like with Deontay Wilder, I do believe he probably should have took that. It would have been a closer route to getting Anthony Joshua. But at the end of the day, I can't knock him for wanting to be his own boss. That's what you do when you believe that you can actually be your own boss and you can be that guy that takes control of your own destiny. You got to put stock into yourself and you got to make the hard decisions. You got to turn down shit. You got to make sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of people would see on the outside looking in as a dumbass move. You know what I'm saying? So while I do believe he should have took that money, at the end of the day, I can't fuck with him for wanting to be his own boss. Let's see what else we got. GM Strong again. GGG. Wait, I want GGG to fight Andre to make it seem like a round robin tournament. Well, that was one of the fights that they were proposing, through the initial DAZN deal. I don't know what happened with that. I guess it got taken off the table. This is way back when we first reported this shit, before many of the major media outlets were touching a possible Golovkin DAZN deal. They talked about Demetrius Andre being his first fight, and at the same time, he was negotiating with PBC, and PBC was saying his first fight could be Jamal Charlo, excuse me. So at one point, that shit was on the table, but now I don't know. I guess they took it off the table. It's not gonna be about it ain't gonna be about that life, basically. It ain't gonna be a Demetrius Andre. So we'll see what happens, man. Maybe he might end up fighting Demetrius. In my humble opinion, if you're trying to get that Canelo third fight, don't even go the Demetrius Andrade route, because that is a possible loss, and it's a huge possibility of a loss, and that could fuck up your money down the line. All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. My man Eric R said, why wouldn't DAZN follow the PBC free TV model to build up their app for pay-per-view? Well, the thing is, they're trying to get away from pay-per-view, Eric. That's why they made the app. And a lot of the times, a lot of the marketing technique back when they were trying to get people on DAZN, they were saying, hey, fuck pay-per-view. You could just pay this $9.99 per month and you can watch pay-per-view quality fights. Of course, this is before they got, Canelo, Triple G, Alexander Usyk, etc. Right? This is back when they still had niggas like Jesse Vargas and shit, Thomas DeLorme, right? So they were advertising DAZN as a alternative for pay-per-view to make it more affordable for the fans. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're not going to be looking to build anything for pay-per-view. Now, instead, what they've done basically with their newest acquisitions, they're like, well, shit, we're going to up the price a little bit. Instead of it being $9.99, it's going to be $19.99 per month. Or you can put down that dollar bill, or let me say that bill, not the dollar bill, but the bill, pay that $99.99 for the year, and actually you'll be paying $8.32, I believe. I did the math weeks ago. $8.32 per month, which is actually less than the $9.99 per month you're paying right now, which is a smart move, smart business tactic that DAZN pulled. So that's why they did what they did now. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But just remember, they're trying to go against the grain of that pay-per-view model with their app. All right. What else y'all got, man? I'm going to take one more of these comments. God Cloth Shango, man, you late than a bitch. Where you been at, bro? Is Pacquiao following the money? Did he ever fight for anything else? I think Pacquiao fought for legacy, man, at one point. Fighting Antonio Margarito, I don't think that was for the money. I think that was to become a champion in, 8, 9 different divisions they got him at? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think that was for. You know what I mean? So any fighter fights for the money. I semi-agree with what you're saying, but at the end of the day, there are fighters, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, that understand that legacy becomes, you put legacy first, you achieve, the goals that you set forth, and the money comes on the back end. To be honest with you, that's what Floyd Mayweather did when he was a young fighter, fighting the Gennaro Hernandez's, Diego Corrales's, right? Jose Luis Castillo's. The first fight was a controversial win for him. And then he went back and said, fuck it, I'll fight him again 6 months later. And, beat him easier the second time, right? That's why he went through the gauntlet as a young fighter, because he understood that the money would be on the back end. Hell, fighting Oscar De La Hoya at 154 on all of Oscar De La Hoya's terms, down to what bitches get to sit ringside. You know what I'm saying? That's what Floyd Mayweather sacrificed, because he understood that if you get that legacy on point, the money comes on the back end. Now he's no longer pretty boy. What is he called now? Money, right? So, not saying Pacquiao 100% throughout his career followed that model, but I do believe at times he followed that model, and Antonio Margarito was one of them, in my opinion. All right. What else we got, man? What else we got? I'll take one more of these motherfuckers, man. I'll take one more. Y'all up in here talking. What's good, Jordan Ciampini? I'm going to fuck your name up, dog. What's good, man? He said, I don't give a fuck about DAZN. As a Wilder fan, I have been promised the AJ fight for 3 years. This shit ain't new. Tired of thinking it will happen. Yeah, that's what happens, man. A lot of people said that shit about Canelo Triple G. You saw what happened there. Not only did we get it once, we got it twice. So while I'm not saying you should wait on that fight, at the end of the day, keep your mind patient. You know what I'm saying? It'll most likely happen. Now, one thing I will say is that motherfucker from Brooklyn, that big, fat, cheeseburger eating, chicken and dumpling, buffalo burger eating motherfucker Jarrell Miller, he might put a wrench in those plans June 1st. He's a good fighter. And if you look at the style matchups, if you look at how Jarrell Miller has the utmost confidence in his abilities, right? That's a possibility of an upset. Me and Bo gonna break that shit down at a later date, but that's a possibility of an upset. Don't sleep on that fight, family. All right. Yo, we gonna wrap it up, man. We gonna wrap it up. Let me go ahead and get my disclaimer. Fighters, fans, promoters, managers, the hoes, anybody that got a problem with what I said in this podcast or what Bo said in this podcast, understand it's just entertainment. As you see, we got people watching. I got to keep my people entertained. We don't want to give them no whack shit. So while we do really mean what we say, we're not just talking out our ass. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep people entertained. But if you got a problem, you can always come see me at any one of the big fights. Three Kings Boxing will be in the building. All right. Also, if you don't like this podcast, though, you know, if you kind of square, you don't like all the cursing and stuff like that, you know, you straight down the middle. Go ahead and go to threekingsboxing.com where we got all of what we're talking about, most of what we're talking about in article format. None of the cursing, none of the talking about, you know, titties and ass, none of the stuff that you should like as a man, but if you don't like, you know what I'm saying, you could go there. A lot of women might get offended too, but I always love the ladies. Understand that. There's no disrespect for y'all. But y'all can go to threekingsboxing.com and check out the articles we got there. We got a lot of other content on there as well. Also, while you're there, don't forget to hit that donate button. I appreciate everybody who's been donating to threekingsboxing.com. It helps keep the lights on. It helps me to help distribute the money that we use to travel to these fights and bring you extra content while we're sitting ringside in the media section. All right. Hopefully we will be at Canelo versus Jacobs May 4th. This is what I was talking about when I started the podcast. I was mad than a bitch trying to get my flight and everything organized, and you know, Spirit Airlines was tripping on they goddamn, you know, me trying to sign in. I'm sitting there cursing at the computer. I look at the computer, it's almost showtime, so I got to stop doing that. Whole lot of shit happening. But we're trying to make it happen for y'all so we can give y'all down the middle entertainment, down the middle information, down the middle boxing news. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? All right. Also follow us on Twitter at Three Kings Boxing, Instagram at Three Kings Boxing, Facebook.com/Three Kings Boxing. Man, Jordan, you need to bring your ass in here earlier, man. You up in here talking a lot. You saying some good shit, but I got to roll, dog. I got to roll. Yeah, nigga, Spirit, motherfucker. You got a problem with Spirit, Mike? You got a problem with Spirit? Look, man, listen. Three Kings Boxing is what? Not even 2 years old. We ain't 2 years old yet, dog. You know what I'm saying? We get the money we get, you know what I'm saying? We got to go Spirit. But as long as everybody is still rolling with Three Kings, eventually we might jump up to Southwest Airlines, United. Y'all know what I'm saying? You good, Jordan. Just holler at us. Don't forget about this podcast. Typically, it's every Monday and Thursday, 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30 Central, 6:30 Pacific. But since we had the national championship game yesterday, we postponed it to today. There might be other cancellations and postponements later on in the future, of course. You know what I'm saying? But always take a look at my channel. I will announce postponements on here in the form of a post. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, it's Monday, it's close to 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 Eastern Time, and you don't see no damn video up, or you don't see no damn waiting for a live stream to come up, check my channel. Is the most likely I'm gonna have a post up there that says that the show is canceled. All right. What did Jan Strong say? Ask Bo what his internet service provider. He's in the Dominican Republic right now. They ain't got no internet over there, man. They got like 5 bitches standing in a they got 5 bitches standing in a group holding a satellite. That's what they got at the Dominican Republic, dog. All right, man. We gonna get up out of here, man. Holla at y'all Thursday. 1.